your host, Beth Ann.
And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It's my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. It is Free-for-All-Friday, so let's cut to the chase and get straight to the show. It's Free-for-All-Friday, and this you must know. Your voice will be heard across the heart of this land. Your opinion is important, and I think you're just grand. It's Free-for-All-Friday. Your calls are all welcome. We'll talk about almost anything. We deny very seldom. So get your coffee ready. It's the brew that is true. Let's get on with the show. This day is for you. 877-895-5410. That's 877-895-5410. And Daniel Turner will be joining us in the second part of the show here in the second segment. I had this, I've been saving this for a week. It's a wonder I didn't lose it. Actually, I think I did lose it once or twice, but I found it again because I throw papers everywhere. They just get stacked. My mentor taught me very well. This was came in an email from somebody, and it said the December calendar for 2018. And since we're on the last day of November, I thought, well, we'll just share this today. It says, and I'm just taking their word for it. I didn't look to double check them. That this will be the only time you will see this phenomenon in your life. Well, if that's true, how come they already have a name for it? I don't know. Okay. But the month of December this year will have 5 Saturdays, 5 Sundays, and 5 Mondays. In other words, you get 5 weekends. 5 weekends. It's only going to happen, it says, it only happens every 823 years. So I guess it did happen. It's just not going to happen again in your lifetime. I don't know. I might live to be 823. I don't know. But the Chinese call this a bag full of money. So apparently great things are supposed to happen in December because you get 5 weekends. I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was interesting. And if any of you ever heard of anything like that before, you just let me know. Bag of money is what it's called when you have 5 Sundays, 5 Saturdays, 5 Mondays. I had a little something that I wanted to bring with you, and it's too long to read it now, so I'm going to read it in the last part of the show. But it's a story about the legacy. Now, it's about an apron. A grandmother gives her granddaughter an apron. Now, my mother always wore an apron, and I didn't think anything of it, but one of my cousins, they called Mom, her name was Miriam, and they called her Aunt Mimi. For some reason, she was called Aunt Mimi. They knew which one was Aunt Mimi because Aunt Mimi always had an apron on. And the aprons Mom wore weren't the bibbed aprons. They was just around your waist aprons. I wear an apron, but I wear the bib apron because I'm probably messier than my mother was. But I wear the bib apron, so I wear an apron when I cook, when I'm really into it. And so I have kind of collected and saved aprons. And so the poem that I'll bring to you later in the show called The Legacy is about an apron. But some of the topics we're going to talk about today, I want you to think about your legacy. Yesterday and the day before, I think I've been calling you to action. I've been calling you to action for 7.5 years. December 28th, it'll be 2,000 shows that I have been calling you to action. And I believe with all my heart that we're on this is our last chance to bring America back home. I really believe that. If you want a true republic, a true independent government where we the people, are the ones in charge, then you better start taking charge. You better take your actions seriously. I think I challenged you yesterday to get riled up. Not shooting riled up, but doing. Get up and do something. What have you done to plant the tree of liberty or to prune that tree of liberty? We've talked about the old Greek saying, where society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they will never sit under. Our founding fathers did that. And now we're talking about them as being old, white, privileged guys. I don't believe that's true. And I shared with you last week, it was a type of legacy. I mean, we have had some really poor times in this nation Poor as in monetary poor. Poor as in when we had the Dust Bowl going. Poor as in when people were hungry. They would do anything, including sell their urine to buy food. Poor. But survivors. That's what Americans are known for, survivor. Being a survivor. I listened to a lady last night. I don't agree with everything in her lifestyle, but she said, somebody asked her about, is it too late? She says, no. Americans have what it takes. She says, we will survive. And I just rallied her. I thought, yay. But do we? Do we have what it takes to survive individually? I think most of us are stubborn enough, and it's a miracle that CSC Talk Radio is still here. It's a miracle. And you've helped make that miracle. And our Heavenly Father has helped make that miracle. Every time I think, well, I need to just shut the doors and give it up. Something happens to keep it going. I haven't made a profit. That's been pretty stressful at home. But I think it's so important that you have a voice. Do you think it's important that you have a voice? What is the legacy you're going to leave for your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren? Now, family, sometimes family's the last ones that are going to listen to you. My kids don't. I've got a couple of them that'll listen to the show once in a while, but they're busy with their jobs, and they don't tune it in all the time and can't when they're on their job. But my grandson, do you remember when I read the story of his great-grandfather written by his cousin, Katie? He texted me that afternoon and said he was so proud to be a part of a family that had such a legacy of patriotism. Talking about his grandfathers, his great-grandfathers particularly, that fought in World War II. And he had his uncle, who was in the Army here recently, and his great-uncle, who is a Marine from Vietnam era. So what is the legacy that you will leave? And I think particularly ladies, you're taking a lot of heat lately about not being able to make up your own mind. If you like President Donald Trump or even think about liking President Donald Trump, then you're just not listening to what's correct. You're listening to some husband who's not correct. I mean, they really hate the men out there. I don't believe that's true. I believe in you. And I think, maybe I'm wrong. So if you're out there and you're a suburban mom, and you're kind of wavering one way or the other, I want you to give me a call at 877-895-5410, because I think I can maybe help you, not sway you, but help you think through it all. Because you're being told one thing on the left, on the mainstream media, and you're not able to listen, or you're not sure what to believe on the other side with Fox News. I think maybe I can help you sort it out. Maybe I can. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. Your legacy is important for your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren. What will that be? When we return, we will have Daniel Turner joining us. We're going to talk about energy, and you're going to need the energy to bring in your legacy and to bring America home. 877-895-5410, and we will be right back.